Things are really exciting if you're a Z Fold fan because the Z Fold 7 will be here in 1 week on July the 9th, 10 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Of course, you can still do your reserve your pre-order and get your $50 of free ecosystem credit. I've got an affiliate link in the description you can use. You can use the credit on a watch, tablet, cases, whatever, but it's free. So go sign up. Anyway, so the phone itself, really exciting stuff coming out in just 1 week. It's crazy to believe that the Z Fold 6 has already been out for a year. I love the Z Fold 6. I made a lot of videos about it. It is still my favorite foldable that came out in the last year. Why? Because I love the S Pen. It works so well with it. The multitasking is great. And I just like how everything works together well, especially with my Galaxy Watch Ultra, which I really, really like. And I've been enjoying using with my S25 Edge. But one of the things that has me really excited about it is it's supposed to be the thinnest foldable phone in the world, at least as far as I know. It's supposed to have like the biggest screen and the thinnest, at least to date, right? Once it comes out. And it's not like the Z Fold 6 wasn't thin, but the S25 is very thin, and it's going to be thinner than that. So just imagining having a tablet that's like 2 more millimeters shaved off of this. I mean, a phone that is essentially a phone and a tablet. I'm excited about that. And it's funny, I saw something before I started making this video. People were like, oh my gosh, we got this leaked spec about the Z Fold 7 and it's doomed before it launches. You want to know what that clickbait headline was? It's still supposedly going to have IP48 dust and water resistance. Okay. I've had these things for 7 years, or 7 generations anyway, not exactly 7 years yet, and have never had any issues with the dust resistance. But it is rated for IP48. Of course, the 8 is still the gold standard. You got protection up to 1.5 meters in water for half an hour. That's pretty good. Most people are a lot more concerned about water resistance than they are with dust resistance. Now, the hinge is a pretty closed system, and it works out well. I've not had any issues ever, and it's neat because it has like these little brushes and things in there that help keep debris from getting out. But it's supposed to be protected up to objects of like 1 millimeter, which is pretty large actually. So, I mean, it's not the greatest, but that's what we've lived with for a very long time. I don't think that the Z Fold 7 is doomed if in fact it does show up with IP48. Some people just want to get clicks and whatever, do your thing. But so the phone, we do know it's going to have the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. I'm hoping it goes up to 16 gigs of RAM. I haven't really read anything yet. It will probably get some serious criticism if it shows up with 12, especially at this point in time after the S25 Ultra really got a lot of flack for only having 12. I think 12 is mostly fine, but when you're talking about having a phone that's supported for 7 years, you want to make sure it's as future-proof as possible. 16 would definitely do that. Probably still going to be 256 internal storage. The other exciting thing, it's supposed to have Ultra Series cameras, meaning we should be getting at least a 200 megapixel camera, which I've found to be pretty good. Inside the S25 Edge, it's also very good in the S25 Ultra. So we're supposed to be getting AI camera capabilities. That's already been announced by Samsung. We're supposed to be getting ultra features. So I don't know to what extent that ultra features means, but I do know that it means the cameras because they also talked about having Ultra Series cameras. So the cameras finally getting an update. And I thought they were good enough. I mean, I thought they were pretty good on the Z Fold 6, but one of my harshest criticisms was if you're paying $18.99 for a phone, you should have the best cameras. So if the cameras are the same as the Ultra, which is the best that Samsung makes, then I am very happy about that. And whether we call it the Z Fold 7 Ultra, whether we call it the Z Fold Ultra, I don't know what the name will be. We will find that out on launch day, and I will be there. Yes, I will be in New York next week. I can tell you all that. I will be there live and in person, just like I was last year. And I will have grassroots day one content. So if you like my channel and you like the way that I present videos, you like the way I talk about things, if you want to hear about me eating pizza in New York, then make sure you stay tuned. And of course, if you are not already, then hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, because that's nice. It helps me, get over the fact that I have a majorly receding hairline. It helps me sleep better at night. But yes, I will be having day one coverage. So that means that you'll get lots of really informative stuff the moment that Unpacked happens. Like, that's usually whenever I get to drop my video. That's how it's worked out the last 2 times. I can't confirm anything because Samsung can always throw me a wrench. But I will be there along with all the other fancy people, and I will have hands-on information and video as soon as it comes out. What does that mean for you? That means that you can get some really good insight on whether you want to pre-order one. Now, I talked about at the beginning of the video the reserve your pre-order. What does that mean? Samsung does this thing, and I don't know if it's just to gauge interest, to find out how many people want to buy one or whatever, but they do the reserve your pre-order campaign. Yes, it does secure your device, but they don't ever sell out. So it's not like it's not like whenever Halo 3 came out and you're like, if you don't reserve this thing a year in advance, you're not going to get it, right? So you reserve it. There's no commitment. You're not obligated to buy anything. But what it does, you put in your first name, your last name, and your email. And it guarantees you $50 of ecosystem credit if you pre-order. That means if you buy the Galaxy Watch, if you buy the Galaxy Buds, if you buy the Galaxy Tablet, like any of that stuff, you'll get $50 off of it for free. Or you can get a case for free or whatever. There's all sorts of things you can use it towards. I encourage people to do it because it's free. There's no commitment. They don't send you hassling emails. There's no obligation to buy anything. So if you think you might want one, then go ahead and sign up. So that way you get the $50. If you know for sure you don't want one, then whatever, forget it. But a lot of people, what they do is they go, okay, this is cool, but I want to wait and see what we get. So if you go ahead and do the reservation, then you already lock in the $50 whenever it comes out. Now, the pre-orders will start whenever the phone launches, right? I'm assuming they'll start as soon as the event happens. And it's interesting to me that they do that. I don't even know why they have us drop embargoes in, but it's crazy because every year, every time these Samsung products come out, they're like, okay, you can release your video as soon as the event starts. I'm like, well, then people are going to watch my video and not the event, right? So I guess they don't care if a lot of people watch the event, but definitely watch my video. And if you're going to pre-order, I'll have a link for that as well. That stuff majorly helps support the channel and enables me to keep continuing to do what it is I do for you fine folks here and make videos on a daily basis. Except for yesterday. Yesterday I did not make a video because the ceiling is falling down in my office and I have a garden tool on a bucket holding up part of my ceiling right now. Yes, I know it's very attractive, but apparently I had the contractor come out today, and because I keep my air conditioner on 65 at night, and also cold during the day, apparently it has created a layer of condensation above the sheetrock that is now causing it to collapse. So it's my own fault, but I got to get it fixed. But I mean, it's safe enough that I can sit in here and record, but I couldn't get in here today. I had to move a bunch of stuff out. So sorry for no video yesterday, but lots of excitement for the phone. I'm really excited about it. This is the most excited that I've been about a Z Fold phone since the Z Fold 3, once we finally got the S Pen support. And I'm so curious to see what happens with the S Pen. They have to have it. I mean, it's got to be there, right? So supposedly they've taken out the digitizer, which is a layer in the screen, under the screen, that enables you to use your S Pen that picks up the feedback and translates that into data, as in like actually does things on the phone. Without that digitizer layer, if you use an S Pen, it doesn't work. So rumor or word on the street is maybe they created a new stylus that generates the feedback inside of the S Pen itself, so that way you can take out that layer in the phone. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to have an S Pen. I don't know if it's not going to have an S Pen. If it doesn't have an S Pen, I'm going to be pissed. And then I'll probably not get invited to the next Samsung event because then I'll have bad things to say. But no, I mean, that's a critical part of the phone, right? I absolutely believe that we have to have an S Pen with the foldable phone, with the Z Fold. Why? Because you have this big landscape of a screen. What's the point of having a tablet inside your pocket, but you don't have a stylus? But the Ultra does with a half the size screen, right? I don't even use the S Pen that much with the Ultra. Why? Because the screen, it is narrow. I have caveman handwriting. It just doesn't translate very well. And I just don't get a lot of jollies that I'm moving the S Pen from like here to here to do something on the screen. Whenever you have a big, wide landscape like this, it is a perfect ripe target to put a stylus onto the screen and enjoy the multitasking, enjoy engaging with the screen, enjoy managing and controlling your content, and just have a great time, right? So I sincerely hope that it has something, or it has some sort of ability to use some sort of S Pen-like device. We'll see what happens on launch day. There are question marks, of course. And of course, right, we don't know everything about this phone. Just like that rumor that I saw right before I made this video. Yeah, maybe it does show up with IP48. I don't know. That's the first I've heard about it. But there are always a lot of rumors when it comes to these things. I mean, shoot, with the Z Fold 5, we were guaranteed that the S Pen was going to be inside of it. We were guaranteed by the leakers and the rumorsters that the front screen was going to support the S Pen. Neither one of those came true, by the way. So always take these things with a grain of salt. But we do know with certainty it'll be here in a week. You can get your free $50. I'm more excited than I've been in 4 different generations of the Z Fold, and I think it's going to be a smash hit. I hope it is. I hope that it lives up to my expectations, and we'll find out in a week. So that's all I got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, all those things, please, of course, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.